So I had a gastric sleeve. So I had 80% of my stomach removed. I've lost 5.5 stone in 6 months. I actually have MS, and one of the main problems with my MS was that I have really bad joint pain and problems with my joints. So my extra weight was just making those problems worse, which is one of the reasons that I had my surgery. I was so conscious as well as physically struggling to do things. It was a huge mental block for me, just being in a swimming pool, being in a gym, even just being around friends. I just felt so much bigger than everybody else. So now that I've lost that extra weight, I can just move so much easier. So it makes just doing really simple things that you don't even realise now are things that before I just wouldn't have been able to do. So I tried Slimming World, I tried Weight Watchers, and keto diets and different things like that. I was also prescribed weight loss pills from my GP that I did try, and they just didn't work. I would lose weight and then I would just regain the weight again. So yeah, they didn't really work for me. So now to be able to just put a swimming costume on, or to put some gym clothes on, or to put a dress on and just go for lunch is huge for me, because I'm not spending the whole time worrying. I can just enjoy what I'm actually doing, which is really nice. It's been really nice going clothes shopping, being able to actually walk into a shop and knowing that they're going to have your size, not a corner somewhere that may have 3 or 4 sizes. I think before I had surgery, I felt like I wasn't ever going to be able to eat these things again. And I was incredibly worried, because I thought, well, am I ever going to be able to have a chocolate bar again? Am I ever going to be able to eat, my mum's roast dinner, and all of those things that you think, I'm never going to be able to eat these things again. And I remember people saying to me, oh, yeah, you have to have your last supper before you start your... And I was quite worried. But actually, just 6 months out, I eat all of those things. I just eat them in complete moderation. I would just not have the man-sized portion I had before. My surgeon told me that the first 2 days after surgery would be the most difficult, and that I would really regret the surgery and I would get better. And even in those 2 days, even in the worst 2 days, I never regretted it once. I never at any point thought I shouldn't have done this. Not even for a split second, not even in those moments that weren't easy. I never regretted it. Streamline seemed to offer the best aftercare, the best pre-care, and from my first appointment, really, I felt like I'd found the right place. And I think people talk about it and they say, oh, I met my surgeon and I just knew. And I was thinking, what do you know? You're talking to a surgeon. But from the second that I had my consultation, I knew that this was where I wanted to have my surgery. And from every appointment since then, from every phone call and every follow-up call, everyone has been so lovely. Even paying my deposit was just the loveliest people ever to speak to. It was the most ridiculous things, but it meant a lot. One of the reasons that I had my surgery was due to my MS, and another reason was due to fertility issues. Being overweight meant it was more difficult for me. So I'm hoping that in the future, having lost the weight will mean a family, and it will mean that if I am lucky enough to have a family, I can do things with my family that I never would have been able to do before. Just going for a walk in a park, which sounds so silly, pushing a pram around the streets in the evening because your baby can't sleep, are things that people take very easily for granted, but were things I was always very aware were going to be more difficult for me. And now I hope that those things just won't be an issue for me, and that life will be much easier.